That's not small. Okay, what am I to do here? I'm not sure that I'll be able to get this one up the bank. Hey, y'all, check out my new crib. What's awesome, comes with this Suburban, comes with a bunch of kayak stuff, all kinds of fishing rods in there. Let's go do an episode of MTV Cribs, I guess. Comes with all this awesome fishing stuff, some e-bikes, all kinds of kayaking stuff, all of this stuff right here. Let me zoom out so you can see better. Heck yeah, I got a killer deal.
What's those launch stuff out here for a little spinner rate setup? 12 pounds?
Yeah, 12 pound, 10 pound, something like that. I mean, if you're gonna go like 1/8 ounce or something like that, you'd probably get away with like 6 pound, or not 6, but 8 pound.
This is like, it's a lot of work.
I do like this trailer a lot better than like that one that I've got at the house. So it's a little flat bottom trailer.
Need a set of wheels and tires?
No.
All into business stuff, he loves it. And
yeah, I come down here to bring him a couple of rods, and I'm leaving with all this, which a couple of them are mine, plus 2 reels, one of them super high end. Yeah, I was actually going out fishing and got on the phone with Old Creek Fishing Adventures and came down, hung out, talked fishing on YouTube, and traded out some stuff. Alright, so it's a couple of days later, and we may get rained out. Like, we've got some pretty bad storms back that way, that way, that way, that way, all those ways. And yeah, so we're going to just play around with some worms like usual, because where I wanted to go to was a spillway just upriver, and people were apparently having a little birthday party or something there, and I wasn't about to invade that. But anyway, we're going to play around with 1, maybe 2 of the rods that I got loaned by Creek Fishing Adventures, so let's get to it.
videos?
Do what?
Am I messing up one of your videos?
Nah, I literally just pulled up.
I actually wanted to freaking run into you, dude.
What's up?
So,
well, I've got 2 of them there. One.
I don't know if we'll be hitting McMinn County, but we're trying to set up a big river cleanup.
Start getting worse. Might try it for a few.
Yep. Later, bud.
All right, have a good one. Yep, sun's out and it's piss pouring down rain. You know what that means. Devil's beating his wife. Well, the rain has slacked up a little bit, and I'm using a different camera microphone kind of setup thing. It's a little cage type thing that I got from Creek Fishing Adventures also. So I'm gonna get back to re-rigging this thing. I'm gonna put us a small little circular hook on there. And I bet that bait rag smells amazing right now, because it ain't been washed in forever, and it's got night crawler and fish slime all over it. Like usual, our little tagline there, we're going to put in our live bait box instead of tossing it down, because something that me and the game warden talked about was a river cleanup project sometime in late August. Whether or not I'll actually be able to attend that, I'm not sure. It depends on the work schedule, which is... Work schedule's not very stable right now. Now, like in the previous video, don't need a ton of worm on there, because we're dealing with like a size 2 circle hook. And this rod, I've been kind of excited to try. Thought about buying one, but Creek Fishing Adventures loaned it to me. This is a Kestrel ultralight. The one that I've got is a featherlight, pretty much the same ratings. This is 1 to 5 pound line rating, 32nd ounce to 1/4 ounce. It is a 6.2 ultralight, and this reel is the Kestrel Sharky 3. Not sure what pound test line he's got on there, but this thing sure enough feels good. So we're going to set it down in the rod holder there, and we're going to see what happens. Well, the first fish that I caught on this rod definitely wasn't the size I was hoping to, but that just means we ain't skunked. Tiny little bluegill. I figured they would be in, a little bit farther out, and we did get a couple of bites there, but nothing really committed. They're sitting in one little patch right here. About, oh shit. They're sitting in one little patch about 6 feet off the bank. Well, you're also not the size I was hoping, but we're not skunked. You kind of circled around and rehooked yourself. Another little gill. There is one bigger one down there that will be a fun one to play around with. That one's just barely nicer. Not by a lot, but hey. But yeah, I fully expected to get stopped by the game warden when I pulled up here, because it's Saturday. Well, as we got here, the weather was decent, but I could see them parked down there at the boat ramp. And what's funny is the game warden that I talked to is actually a subscriber. Oh, heck, I thought I was snagged on a branch or something. Sure enough, wasn't. Hey, now, you can stop that nonsense. Well, got us a little spotted bass on the circle hook with some night crawler. That was a fun little fight on this here Kestrel ultralight. Let's get you back. Well, we've been here for about 20 minutes and caught 4, something like that. And I am going to have to change my camera mount because this one just is not working out. Alright, hopefully this doesn't change my camera angle too bad, because this cage thing that I've got it in has a built-in microphone and all that stuff, and it's just a little bit thicker. So when I put it on the chest mount, it angles the camera down a little bit more. Trying to film a piece of B-roll for the real portion of this thing where I was discussing what it was, and this little beast picked it up. Got my worm. That's alright. We caught fish. That one's on. I think I've finally found a couple. They seem like they're a little bit farther away from the bank than they were the last time we were here. That's a fun size one. One thing that I will say though, I do like this Cast King Sharky 3. It is pretty dang smooth, it's pretty light, and with this rod it's balanced fairly well. Now I probably would have gone down another size. I'm not sure what sizes are available in. I don't even know what size this one is. This is a 1000. If it was available in a 500 size, and I just wrapped my gear all around this rod. If it's available in a 500 size, I would probably go with that one personally. But this does feel pretty dang good with this 6'2" ultralight rod. Well, I had to take the little cage thing off, and in the process had a dang good fish on, and it appears that it came off. Like it was hooked, so I set it back down in the rod holder, and yeah, that didn't play out too well. I'm not sure if this thing needs to be charged or what. I'm guessing it does because there's a charging port. Anyway, this thing kept wanting to turn off. You got all that river on the other side, and you have to get 50 yards off the bank on this side. Got to stay hydrated when it's nice and hot and sloppy out. Honestly, don't care for the berry flavored Propel, but strawberry kiwi is my favorite. You still on? Yeah, you still on. You ain't real big, but you on. Another tiny little gill. Now, Cast King did not ask for this video whatsoever. They didn't say, hey, go make a video on this product for this reason or whatever. This is all me running on a rod that was temporarily gifted to me by Creek Fishing Adventures. So he will be getting his rod back. But yeah, him and I trade stuff back and forth to let each other try gear out and see how we like it and see if it's something we maybe want to buy in the future. And which I've got a rod of his that, and we're getting a bite. Are you on there? You're on there, but you're super small. You're not on there, so it doesn't matter. Where was I? Oh, I've got a ultralight rod of his that will be the most expensive ultralight rod that has ever been on this channel, and the most expensive ultralight rod that I have ever handled. And I'm really looking forward to it because Tactical Bassin had recently done a video talking about this rod, and y'all just gonna have to hold on to it because this rod's north of 200 bucks. But yeah, I was actually planning on going to another section of the river in North Georgia that I'd completely forgot about. I've been there a billion times before but never fished it. And y'all can see how the weather turned out today, so I didn't drive down there in case it was to flood out or just get muddy or whatever. Hopefully day after tomorrow that one will happen. But yeah, Creek Fishing Adventures and I trade stuff back and forth all the time. Like, y'all don't see half of it. Like, some of my rods he's had for the better part of the last year, and actually I don't think I've had any of his for a long period of time. But yeah, we trade stuff back and forth all the time just to see how each other feel about the particular rods and reels and stuff like that. Yeah, you still on there? You still on there? It's all right. And you gutted it too somehow. So I'm gonna have to cut off and redo that one. Yeah, unfortunately that one got it down. Well, I am going to openly lie about this and say we're going to give it about 20-30 more minutes because it's starting to get more muggy, fog's starting to roll in, which ain't a problem, but it gets harder to film the darker and darker it gets, which I think by now the days are starting to get a little bit longer. Or no, backwards. Days are starting to get shorter. But yeah, so far, so good. Well, the fishes have nibbled the worm, most of my worm off, and that one didn't hesitate. Oh, I didn't mean to beat you on the rock, Mr. Fish. Right in the mouth, like where every other hook is supposed to be. Well, let's see what we can get off that little pea-sized piece of worm. There we go. That one was a little more dedicated to the cause. About the average size for the day. And now we got another one. I think that's 3 bluegill that I haven't documented, so I'm gonna have to do that. Yep, you got all that river, but you got to get this close to the damn bank. And I figured since this is a video about a Cast King rod and reel, I might as well swap out the Cast King hat. You know, I got to have my team's college football colors because it's just getting about that time. Just a couple more weeks till everybody's home team colors determines what their blood pressure is going to be like every Saturday. Them dudes must be going out for a night of fishing. I need to do some night fishing before it gets too cold to bother with it. My work schedule would straighten itself out a little bit. I have to do that. You got to find that sweet spot. To get too far out, the current picks it up and takes it down. To get too close, and it's all little bitty bluegills. Which I'll take them little bitty ones as long as they hook up, because you know I'm all about numbers of fish more than quality, really. which y'all figured that out by now with the monstrous fish that I catch all the time. Well, the rain is starting to move back in, starting to sprinkle pretty good. I'm gonna get my stuff together and get it back in my vehicle. That way, if it starts pouring, I'll be ready. And we're gonna give her a few minutes either way, just to see if one or two more maybe can come along and get this worm. Something else I forgot to mention, like with my other Kestrel rods, being a two-piece, hopefully y'all can see that. At the ferrules, you got two little dots. You just line those up, and that lines up your guides, and you don't have to deal with looking down the rod blank and all that to see if everything's lined up, which is really one of my favorite parts about the King Kestrel line of rods. Like, I don't know if all their other rods are like that, but the Kestrels are definitely nice rods for that one little feature. Come on, give me one more fish, because this rain is starting to come down pretty hard. Just one more. That's not small. Okay, what am I to do here? I'm not sure that I'll be able to get this one up the bank. Feels like a catfish the way it's shaking its head. This one's really giving a good test of this Kestrel ultralight. I'm not sure what pound test line he's got on here, but this is definitely the biggest fish of the day. Come on, let me at least see you. That is a big drum. I'm not going to be able to get that up this bank. My net won't extend far enough to go that far down. I did want this to happen, but I did not want this to happen, if it makes sense. That is every bit of a 4 to 5 pound drum. Okay, I gotta figure something out. Well, line broke, ain't much I can do about it. It's piss pouring. We're gonna have to call her quits. All right, well, the rain's starting to come down a little bit harder, and I figured I'd go ahead and get my outro done before actually leaving. But this King Kestrel ultralight rod is definitely a little bit stiffer than some ultralights, but you gotta remember, anytime you buy a rod and it says medium heavy, medium light, ultralight, whatever, from brand to brand, that power is going to feel different. You know, I've got some ultralight rods that are lighter than this, and I've got some that are a little bit stiffer than this rod. But this one definitely feels really, really good, especially paired with the King Sharky reels. Like I said, that one is the 1000 Sharky 3, and I'm impressed with it. I really like it, and I'm probably going to have one in the future. So if you want to check out the Sharky reels and the Kestrel rods or anything King related, there will be links in the video description. So check those out. Anytime you buy something through those links, it helps the channel out. And I definitely appreciate it when y'all do buy stuff through those links, because it takes a lot of gas to make these videos. So anyway, hope you like the video. We'll see you in the next one.